Alright, let's do this. So we had a problem on Wednesday because it was 100 degrees. And I even mentioned that the phone was kind of like melting, like drooping down, which it's never really done before. But even this is like, oh my god, it's like a perfect shot of either way. So there was a lot of video. It was a half-hour video. I tried to save it. It was not savable. It got corrupted and it just did not save properly. If I knew that that was happening, I would have stopped it. But I don't know when the corruption really happened. I don't know when. I don't know. It could have happened at the beginning of the video. And there's nothing I could say. I know that definitely was probably like I said, even the phone was kind of like drooping down, just like not even staying up there. This. I had a long, heartfelt story about college and accepting and even fighting against what others think. To do it this time. I'm gonna get gas and I will be right back. Kind of waiting for people to leave. Gotta get a new phone case. Yeah. So it was kind of a bad thing. I think it was a good video. One of the interesting things that happened is that I'm at 199 for the first time. Subscribers, which I'm like, woohoo! And hey, who knows? We might even cross that threshold. It's pretty amazing. We're ready. Helps to get the keys out. All right. Please see me. It's a freaking seatbelt. All right. The college story. I think I've even said it before, so but I definitely went into a lot more detail, and none of it matters because I wasn't able to save the video. So we're gonna do a take two. So sometimes at work, people put on music. They play the old time rock and roll. Especially like music from the 80s and 90s. Which is basically the music I grew up on. Music, and of course I was singing, and they're like, God, you. Don't sing. Who sings that song? Not you. And all this other stuff. And it had me thinking, because I'm trying to get myself back into that old mindset from last week, well, from 3 days ago. Had me thinking about when I was in college and I took theater appreciation, and the class was awesome because you got to write a play, 30 minutes, to write a 30-minute play, you have to direct a 30-minute play, but not yours. You had to convince somebody else in the class to direct your play. And then you had to cast it. You had to do the sets, set design and everything like that. And it was a class effort. So everybody participated in some way or another. I tried to write a lot of direction in the script so that they could easily direct it, but it was actually out of my hands. And we did this, and I think there was 15, might have only been like 12. It felt like it took forever. That's all I can say. Nobody casted me in a leading role. I think I only acted in two plays. No, that's not true. I probably acted in 4, but 4 of them I was kind of more of like just background. One I was just person sweeping. Great. People cheered, people laughed, people cried, all that other stuff happened. And when we kind of had like, I got to sit around and listen to him talk about everybody else, and during the whole process I picked his brain as much as I can. Professor was awesome. Professor knew his stuff. It was great. All this other stuff. Like I said, I picked his brain the entire time, and basically that was our final was, perform the play, and then we spent the rest of the time just discussing things. To my play and everything like that, and I was kind of like the center of attention because the writers kind of got like most of the criticism. He looked at me and he said, "You're going to be an incredible writer in the industry. You're going to probably do great things just as a writer. As a writer, you're going to go very far. As a director, the play you directed, spot on. You absolutely captured the vision of the writer, and you got everybody to do what they were supposed to do, even with a couple of improvs, and you actually made it work really well. As a set designer, you're like the best. Your artistic ability is second to none. You're one of the tops in the class. You probably designed most of the sets for almost all the plays. As lighting, you seem to struggle with it because I didn't know anything about lighting beforehand. I knew what I wanted to have happen. I didn't know how to work lighting boards and didn't know how to set keys and all the things with lighting. I learned all that. He said even as lighting, you're going to probably go, you could probably, have a career in just doing lighting for plays. I really have no notes on any of the things I just discussed with you. No notes at all. Don't act. It is your weakest. I didn't even realize that you were in a couple of the plays. I didn't realize you were a cast member. Kind of delivered your lines, kind of, and that's what streaming is. It's kind of like a really weird thing because this is acting. This is this is I'm doing improv right now. This is the whole thing, and I think that he saw. I don't believe he's one of my subscribers. I don't believe he's ever seen any one of my videos. I don't believe any. I won't even suggest it. But I will say that I'm kind of not following his advice now. Yeah, it's 30 years later. Since I took that class. But one of the things that has been, where work is concerned, is a lot of times they don't get my sarcasm. The reason they don't get my sarcasm is because they don't realize that I am sarcastic probably 100% of the time. I'm trying to think of when I'm not sarcastic with my comments. And they say that you're right at one level. It's very monotone, it's very dry. My delivery of my sarcasm is, to the point where it's almost hateful. Way I deliver it, and I'm a kind of an acquired taste. The reason I bring this up is because I think that that's one of my issues, one of my reasons why I'm not going viral. One of the reasons why it's not happening for me is because I'm a bit set in my ways. When I hear back, when I watch these videos, and I've watched them all. I've watched them all. I watch all these videos. Obviously, I didn't watch the video that I discussed all of this before, and I went in even more depth, and there was just kind of like a really weird thing that happened, and I hope that it's not contagious. I hope that we get this video out. But yeah, I'm not even going to pretend that it existed, because I've lost videos before. In the first one, I actually skip over. maybe. I don't know. I haven't played it back in a long time, but goddamn, Fat Baby is freaking just like, it is my most popular video. Like light years ahead of everything else. It is still going strong. It is still getting views. And it's not, I didn't even write it. It's not even, I think I'm kind of like jealous because I think that I've written so much better than here is a parody song that I covered, as opposed to, it's like I parodied White and Nerdy. If that was like hugely popular, I would definitely think it's because of Weird Al. But yeah, friggin' Fat Babe it's a parody of the InScene song, I Want It That Way. And it is, I didn't think it was very good when I heard it, and that was 4 years ago. And like I said, I haven't heard it back yet because, when I did my karaoke, it wasn't even, I didn't even think to even put it on the playlist because it wasn't popular then. It wasn't popular when it came out. And I'm really surprised because of what's been going on with Iron Mouse, that the Black Sabbath song is not hugely popular and stuff like that. But I wrote it. I think that it's a really good parody of Iron Man. I think that I captured the spirit. Obviously this is 4 years ago, of Iron Mouse. I think I captured her humor and everything like that. I mean, she just put out Mousy in the Bathroom when I did this. Her parody song. She is one of the reasons why I did Loud Noises. To begin with, originally I started out with just covers, and then I moved into doing parody songs because of like Mousy in the Bathroom. I have to give Nuts Taku a little bit of credit for inspiring me. Because he did the Hamilton King George song, and I wrote the response on the second song that King George sent, and then I wrote a response to the fact that he wasn't responding to the third song, and still no response from him. And then of course I rewrote his original parody, basically saying that I'll continue to watch him. And at the time I think I was planning on it, but over time I kind of big VTubers and stuff like that, and including Iron Mouse, I don't watch as much, and it's mostly because of time, but it's also because, as I've said before, I don't get the same thing from the parasocial relationship that I think most people, the reason why they're so popular. And because of that, I think parasocial relationships have such a bad connotation, because as I've said before, and I believe that video his name? It doesn't matter. Fuck him. Fuck the guy who killed Lenny. Screw that guy. But because of that, because people have that parasocial relationship, having a parasocial relationship is considered a bad thing. Most people with their parasocial relationships, including myself, it's kind of harmless. I mean, you know, I wrote the 3 songs because I had a parasocial relationship with Natsuka. Iron Mouse got 4 songs because of my parasocial relationship with her. But in the end, and mostly because they probably don't have time to be humoring me. In the end, because there's no give back. I'll give Iron Mouse the due. Iron Mouse did play the Black Sabbath parody. And also with the Black Sabbath parody, Ozzy passing away and stuff like that. So I'm surprised that more people aren't watching that video. I think it's a much better video. My favorite parody that I wrote, talking just writing, my favorite parody that I wrote is, of course, If I Were at Work. That's my personal favorite, but it obviously isn't as popular as the other things. And I think I said that, like, I think my best sung video is probably Silver Bell. I think I said all this before, so hey, it's a repeat. Repeat and repeat. Here's with Pete, repeat. Pete and repeat, they're sitting together. Here's with Pete, repeat. Yeah. But yeah. I think that because I don't want to have a parasocial relationship with anybody, I want to respond to everybody as individuals. It's the reason that I don't call chat. I don't call you chat. I know you're not chatting here, but during the live streams, I don't call my viewers chat. You are you, and I do have that luxury of not a big response. I also have the downside of it is the fact that it wasn't worth it for me to set up like a FundMe thing to get me to Florida. And you know what? I personally, I don't want people to, it literally is, you might as well, if anybody sent me money, you might as well just set it on fire. It'll basically do the same thing. It doesn't get anything, I won't change. I don't give people special, special ranking. You definitely won't become more my friend by giving me money. People who've subscribed to the channel in the past, love it. I get money, but also Twitch loves it more because they'll take half of it. They get to do nothing and freaking take half my money. And I've never been a huge fan of that. Here I am, like trying to think of what I talked about and stuff like that. I think I talked about the new policies that Twitch set up, which is basically we take no responsibility for our actions, for the streamers' actions. We do not help them in any way, shape, or form, but we're going to take all the money. We're still going to take that percentage because we provide, literally all they're providing is the platform. They don't guarantee the platform will be working. They don't guarantee anything. And if they can get the money that they're paying me, they will get it. So they're kind of expecting me to use the money that they're paying me to subscribe to other viewers and everything, so that literally I make zero. I have to pay taxes on it. I don't think that they like people like me who definitely don't think Twitch likes people like me who just basically are not big earners. It's kind of like going, hey, we made you affiliate, why don't you do more live streams? Why aren't you doing this? And they actually sent me a note saying, hey, we miss you. I think it's one of the reasons why I actually did a live stream. It's just so those notes can stop. Obviously, I don't know what YouTube's take on it is because I've never been monetized here. I kind of love the fact that you can watch all of my crap. You can watch all my bad acting. Me hamming up the place or whatever without ads. I know most people have ad blockers and stuff like that, and I always wondered, like, going, is it because of ad blockers that views aren't showing up? Is it because of that stuff? I don't know. But there's no ads to block. I think NSYNC has a copyright with Fat Babe. I did write in who wrote it. I wrote everything. Even the Snack Street Boys got a shout out. But I think the copyright is on NSYNC Music. And yeah. Or maybe it is a free use. I don't know. If it's a free use, then I have to look up that video. I don't even know anything about my most popular video. But one of the reasons that I did sing it is because it kind of inspired me, like Weird Al, and like other people who've done what do you call it? Parody videos and stuff like that. They're all my inspiration. You're my inspiration. You're my inspiration. You're the reason in my life. You're the inspiration. But what's this thing you're freaking doing? uh, Your professor was right. Stop trying to act. But I am kind of jazzed about nearly breaking 200 subscribers. It's amazing. It is, you know. I know that I've joked about, like, you know, even getting this far, even getting to 199. That when I first started, I thought it was going to be 3 months. I thought I was going to hit 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. I thought I was going to be like the next big thing. People were going to see this variety show and stuff like that, and we're going to basically be like, this is a must watch. And after the first year, and I realized it wasn't going to be like this, I was just kind of like going, well, maybe I'm just not hitting. Maybe it's just like the second year, after the second year, and, you know, we were doing this stuff, I'm like thinking, maybe I'm just not for everybody. Maybe people are watching this video and be like going, ah. I always still contend that, like, the ones that basically leave were bots because of what happened in after the first year. You know, yeah, it was my first year celebration. So into the second year, then I lost like pretty much all of my subscribers because I booted them. Yeah. Yeah. Because they're coming in my chat advertising. Yeah. After the third year, I'm kind of like going, this is just me. You get it? If I did hit 1,000, I'm not going to change. I'm going to just still do the same thing. You know, if I did hit 4,000 viewing hours in a month, I'm not going to change anything. It's going to be the same thing. I think that somebody really said how much that's actually worth and stuff like that. You know, you really need millions in order to make a living doing this. But you know, here I am. Still plugging along, still doing this stuff, but I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna, you know, uproot the way I do things just because it's to get more. Because I think that anything that I get, you guys and gals are just along for the ride, and you understand that this is what it is. It's a safe space where you can be you, and that's all I want. That's all I want to create, and I don't want the rest of the world to corrupt that. I don't want to be, you know, I did sponsorships on Twitch, but I don't want to be like basically like, you know, in the middle of this thing saying, hey, drink this, hey, eat this, hey, you know, buy this. Hey, I have a merch page. That's all I need. I don't need sponsorships. Yeah. I got a job that's helping me pay my bills, so I don't need the money. I don't need to have advertising. And the people who watch this and see this little secret gem and stuff like that, Hey, if you like it, I'm glad. If you don't, I'm sorry. But it's going to be what it's going to be. I know that, like, you know, somebody came down hard on me about politics and stuff like that, because I'm not really a political person. And for the most part, I could give a shit about what's going on freaking, you know, in our government. I literally could. I could absolutely 100% give a flying fuck. Even when I was working for the post office, which is a government job, federal freaking funded, well, it wasn't federal funded, but it was a federal job. Even that, I could literally give a shit. Except when it affected me, that's the only time I cared. That's it. So as always, cool beans in the comments below. Doesn't have to be cool beans. It can be whatever you like. Just make the connection. I leave that up to you. That's your job. Thank you for watching. It means the world to me. And not for the views, not for the freaking this. You obviously know that I don't make any money doing this. And I don't expect to make any money doing this. Because I do this because I love it. I do this because I want to make the connection to you. That's it. I want you to know that you're important. And you mean everything. You mean the world to me. If you weren't around, I wouldn't do this. It's that simple. So thank you. Thank you for being here. You are awesome. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. And it's something that you enjoy. Not like me, who was going to a job that I really could care less about. Take care. Alright? And hopefully, I'll talk to you tomorrow.